So hello friends, today I will be explaining a Bengali mystery horror series called Bhog. Its story is taken from a very popular novel named Bhogi, and its writer is Avik Sarkar. And today's video is going to be one of the scariest videos of the channel. In this, a very good combination of supernatural horror with psychological tension will be seen. So let us quickly start the video without any delay. So the story begins by showing a big antique store, where the store owner Subhash tells his worker, Ratan, that today I am leaving early. I am not feeling well. You finish your work and close the shop. Saying this, he goes away. Some new items arrived in the store today, among which was a statue of some mysterious goddess. Ratan carefully places the statue away and gets ready to close the store, when he hears some strange whispering sounds coming from the same place where the statue was. When Ratan goes there and looks, the goddess the idol is standing in front of him, who comes close to him the next moment and says, "I am hungry, give me food." But Ratan gets scared after seeing all this, and he screams. After this, we see a man named Ati, who used to work in a sales company and is very fond of collecting antique items. Ati was very hardworking and talented in his work, and today, the boss tells him that being pleased with his work, he is being made the sales head of the company. Now Aten was not overjoyed to hear such happy news, but the boss tells him to keep all this hidden from his colleagues for now, until your promotion letter arrives. Aten says, "Okay, sir, I will not tell anyone." But he could have told his friend. And who is his friend? Subhash was the owner of the same antique shop whose permanent customer he was. Adik tells him, "Come on, brother, let's go to a party." But Subhash starts refusing, saying that I don't have time right now. A lot of goods have arrived at my shop, and on top of that, Ratan has also left his job and gone away. I don't know what nonsense he was saying, or whether he had seen a ghost. So let it be today, brother. There is a lot of work. But when Atin tells him about the promotion, then Subhash says that, "Brother, a party is a must. Why didn't you tell me earlier?" "Okay, tell me how much has the salary increased?" Aten says, "Wait, brother, first let the promotion letter come." Subhash says that means nothing is confirmed yet. Aten says, "Please come, brother. You alone are my friend." On this, Subhash agrees that okay, it's okay, don't do too much drama. You wait here. I will come after getting ready. After this, Aten starts roaming in the shop, and during this time, his eyes fall on the statue, which was kind of attracting him towards itself. Now Aten was fond of antique items. He had seen many types of ancient statues, etc. But he had never seen such a statue before. Meanwhile, Subhash also arrives ready. Aten asks him, "Brother, which goddess's idol is this?" Veena in one hand, skull in the other. I have never seen such a wonderful combination before. Subhash says that, "Brother, according to me, she could be some Tibetan goddess, but I can't say for sure. So I was thinking of getting it checked by a Tibetan specialist, but I am not getting the time." Aten asks, "Where did you get it from?" On which Subhash tells him about the Chakraborty family, who used to live in a 600-year-old mansion. Recently, an entire family was wiped out due to some illness. Only one daughter was left, who was leaving the house and going to America with her husband forever, and was selling the old stuff of the mansion at cheap rates, which were very valuable and antique items. Subhash liked the deal and bought everything. Then the priest of this family offered this idol to him. Subhash said, "No, my budget has already been crossed. I cannot purchase another item." But the priest says, "No, you don't have to pay for it. Take it like this." Then the son-in-law of the house sees what you are doing right now. "This statue looks very precious. Why are you giving this for free?" Then the owner of the house, i.e. his wife, says, "Leave him, let him go. We are getting late." Then both of them leave from there, and in this way Subhash gets the idol for free. Aten asks, "How much would it cost?" Subhash says, "It depends on how old it is. By the way, why are you taking so much interest? If you want it, then take it, brother." Aten says that, "Brother, if you give it to me at the right price, then I will buy it." Subhash says, "Brother, have I ever sent you anything at a wrong price? Come on, do one thing. Take him away. We will look after the money later." Aten says, "Brother, I will take it for sure." Subhash says, "Yes, brother, take it, and let's hurry up. We have to go to the club also." Just what then? Auden takes the idol and puts it in the car, and then both of them go to the club where Auden likes a girl, and that girl also keeps turning and passing smiles to him. Seeing the flirting between the two, Subhash says, "Brother, you should get married. You are getting old anyway." Auden says that, "Brother, after marriage freedom ends, and anyway I am not old yet." And then he goes to that girl and dances with her, and then while dancing something happens to Adi. He starts seeing everything in red and hears some whispering sound, and the voice of the goddess also echoes in his ears, saying that he should eat. "I am hungry." Then the girl notices that, "Brother, where did this get lost? Have you started dreaming of marrying me?" She asks Aten, "Hey, are you okay?" But Aten is unable to reply. He was in shock. What had just happened to me? Seeing Aten's actions, the girl feels that he is a very strange man. She goes away from there. Then when Aten is returning home in his car, he suddenly gets scared after seeing an old woman in the mirror. But as soon as he turns, she disappears. Aten thinks that it might be my misconception and comes home quietly. And here we come to know that the lady whose ghost was seen in the car was his mother, who had been dead for 5 years. His dad had also passed away long ago, and now, currently, only his nanny Pushpatai takes care of him. There was a smell of alcohol coming from Aten, on which Pushpatai says that this is wrong. It is not right to come home drunk every day. Aten says, "Hey, leave all that and look at this statue. Isn't it amazing?" Pushpatai says that yes, it is really amazing. But what's new in this? You keep bringing such things every day. And then she serves food to him. And then, sitting there, she begins to explain to him that it is wrong to come home drunk every day. At this, he gets extremely irritated and says, "Hey friend, stop it now." Then Pushpatai says, "Hey, how can that be?" And showing him the ring, she reminds him that before dying, your mother had given it to me and took a promise from me that after her death, I will take care of you. But Aten mocks him even on this. On this, Pushpatai says that when I leave, you will miss me a lot. Then at night, when Aten is sleeping, during this time, red color light falls on his face. Then he opens his eyes and sees that the same goddess was right in front of his face, who was asking for food, and the next moment, he realizes that he was dreaming. Then he picks up the net to drink water. There was blood mixed in the water, due to which he gets scared and drops it all, and then his mother's spirit enters the room. She was also saying the same thing, that I am very hungry, but first you make Devi hungry, and only after that, I will eat something. Aten gets emotional after seeing his mother, and then he wakes up from sleep and realizes that he was dreaming till now. But then he sees that bloody water is scattered on the ground, and footprints of the goddess are also visible, which fade and disappear. Aten found all this very strange. Then the next morning, Pushpatai brings tea for Aten and starts waking him up. Aten says, "Let me sleep for some more time. I had bad dreams last night and couldn't sleep properly." On this, Pushpatai taunts him that if you drink alcohol and then sleep, you will surely have bad dreams. And then she picks up the jar that had fallen from the ground and goes to wash it. And seeing this, Ati's head spins, meaning that the jar had really fallen and it wasn't all a dream. Then after drinking tea, when he goes to take a bath, a woman with black nails touches him. But then Yatin sees that there is no one here, and then he touches me. Well, after this, he takes a bath and goes in front of his mother's photo and lights an incense stick. He felt that perhaps his mother was sad, so what he does is that he puts a new and fresh garland of flowers on the photo, spectating that his mother will be happy, and then his eyes fall on the idol of the goddess. He feels like worshiping the goddess from within, so what he does is that he offers the same flowers to the goddess and lights incense sticks, etc. in front of her, and walks away with folded hands. Here, let me tell you that Adi is an atheist. He has never performed puja, etc. before, and he doesn't even know how to do it. Well, as soon as he leaves, all the flowers offered to the goddess fall down. That means the goddess did not accept them. On the other hand, Aten's uncle Bosch had come, who is an archaeologist. Pushpatai was complaining about Aten in front of them that, look, he comes home drunk every day. He doesn't listen to me at all. Now you please explain it to me. Well, if you get him married, then maybe he will improve. Bosch says Pushpa is right. How long will you stay alone like this? Aten says, "Hey uncle, leave all that and let me show you a rare thing from my collection," and takes him along with him. To show him the same statue. By looking at the skull in the hand of the idol, we understand that this is some tantric god who is praised, but tantric knowledge is practiced only in our Hindu religion, and this does not look like the goddess of our Hindu religion. Uncle says, "Who told you that Tantrism is practiced only by Hindus?" I have heard about Vajrayana Buddhism. Between around 10th and 14th century, a large group of Buddhist community was heavily influenced by Hindu Tantrikas and formed their own Tantric community, which was called Vajrayana Buddhism. But when the British attacked India, thousands of Buddhists left India, and he was also among them. Look at the features of this statue. Looks like a Tibetan. It has been made in Tibet itself. That means the idol would be approximately 700 to 800 years old. That means it is quite valuable. How did you get it? Aten tells that, "Hey, he is my friend Subhash. I brought it from his shop. Haven't even given the money yet. He also got it for free." Then Aten notices that the flowers offered to the idol had fallen down, which he picks up and puts back. Uncle says, "What are you doing?" Aten says that puja on this uncle gets angry, that it means there is a rule for worshiping every god and goddess. There is a way. It's not like you start doing anything and... In any case, you look like the goddess of Tantra. Performing wrong puja can have dire consequences. But Ati was taking all this lightly. He says, "Uncle, you are not being too serious." Uncle says, "Because the matter is serious. We don't know which goddess it is. How are they worshipped? So don't do anything right now. I will go and talk to the priest of Kali temple. I will bring them. He will tell you the correct method of performing the puja." But Uncle had to leave his work immediately. Therefore, he will return from there first. After that, we will meet the priest, etc., and do all this. After this, they leave from there, and then Aten also goes to the office, and then all the flowers fall down again. Here in the office, Aten comes to know that the news of his promotion had been leaked to the community. Everyone was congratulating him. A girl named Anima also worked in the office who had a crush on Aten. She calls him Sir from now on. Seeing this, one of Aten's colleagues starts making fun of him. "What is the matter?" "Sir, what is the matter now?" Aten says, "Hey brother, there is nothing. Do not talk nonsense." On this, his colleague taunts him that it seems you will remain single forever. Then, when Aten is in the washroom, a woman wearing a white saree passes by and then disappears, and then he sees the same footprints on the floor which fade and disappear in the next moment. Now Ati was feeling scared due to all these incidents and was also wondering what was going on. Then while having lunch, he remembers his mother asking him to offer food to the goddess. Aten feels his mother is still in pain. Maybe by pleasing the goddess, everything will get better. Just what then? When Aten returns home in the evening, before eating, he cuts an apple and offers it to the goddess and lights an incense stick. But then at night, Devi again comes to Ati and says that she is very hungry. "Give me food." Aten falls on her feet calling out, "Mother, mother," and the goddess also caresses his head, and then he wakes up in the next moment. Aten starts thinking that he had offered the food to the goddess. Then he goes and sees that apples were plucked by the kids. The goddess did not accept him, due to which Aten feels very bad. Then Pushpatai asks him to have breakfast, but Aten says that he doesn't feel like it and goes to office hungry. Then in the evening, after returning from office, he offers some more fruits. The other offers a garland of flowers, but the goddess does not accept them either. Then he was determined to make the goddess happy. Then he would offer fruits every day, changing them. He adorns the idol with garlands of different flowers and lights incense sticks, but nothing of his is accepted, due to which he becomes very disappointed. Seeing him like this, Pushpatai asks, "Son, what happened? What are you worried about?" Adi tells that he is thinking about his mother. "She will be happy, right?" Pushpatai says, "It has been 5 years since your mother died. You are missing him now. Come on, don't think too much. I am your mother." Then when Pushpatai is sleeping, at night she wakes up hearing the sound of bells. Then she goes to the statue room to see Ati, but he was not there and the idol was also missing. Then, following the sound of the bells, she goes to the old storeroom, and what she sees is that Adi was worshipping the idol installed inside the storeroom itself. Pushpatai gets shocked to see this because Ati had never done any puja, etc. before, and then we viewers see a ghost behind Pushpatai. The next day, Bhosh uncle returns from Delhi and brings the priest along with him. Then Pushpatai tells that something has happened to Aten. He is completely changed, and she takes them, along with her, to the same puja room, where Aten did not need a priest anymore. He himself looked like a priest. Seeing him, uncle says, "What happened to you suddenly?" Aten says that mother came in my dream. He has also talked to me. Uncle says that as far as I know, you believe in communist ideology. How did you become so spiritual in the pursuit of a few dreams? Then the priest also says that, "Son, I know you since childhood. Look, there is nothing wrong in worshiping, but all this should not be done without knowledge. Right now we don't even know which goddess that is. How are they worshipped? So don't do all this right now. If you make any mistake, then you will have to face the wrath of that goddess." To which Ati argues that a mother can never harm her children. "I will worship them the way I want. I will offer them whatever fruits and flowers I feel are appropriate." Those people then explain that this method is wrong, on which the person gets extremely angry. He says that mother came in my dream. He caressed my head lovingly. She loves me. She will not harm me. It is a matter between Hema and the sun. You guys don't interfere. And he holds the priest's hand very tightly, due to which they all leave the place thinking that something has happened to him. Then the next day there is some kind of award function in the office, where Aten is announced for the Best Achiever award, but he was lost in his thoughts. He doesn't listen at first. I listened to it the second time. While receiving the award, he made a faint face. Seeing this, even his colleagues were surprised as to what had happened to him. Here at home, Pushpatai was hearing strange and scary noises coming from the puja room, whereas there was no one there. Out of fear, she calls Bhosh and starts crying. Push says, "What happened? Is everything all right?" Pushpatai says something is not right. "All this is happening because of that statue. I will remove him from the house." Bhosh says, "No, don't do anything like this right now. I don't know how Adi will react. You saw last time how he reacted when we stopped him from worshipping. She says you should calm down. I'll try talking to him." And amidst all this, we viewers see that some ghosts were wandering around there and listening to Pushpatai. On the other hand, Aten's colleague offers him a drink, but Aten refuses. He says that he has to leave immediately and has to go home and do puja, at which his colleague gets surprised. He says that means you won't even have dinner. Well, no problem. I will get the dinner packed. Then, after this, when Aten was going towards home, a woman comes in front of his car on the way. She was saying that, "I am very hungry. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. If you have anything, please give it to me." Aten remembers that he had some food left. He shakes it and hands it to her. Meanwhile, Aten asks, "Where do you live? And what are you doing here on the highway so late at night?" On which the woman starts crying that I am alone. I have no one, and she holds Aten's feet and starts pleading that please do not leave me alone. Take it with you. The hungry wolves of society will tear me apart. Aten takes pity on her and brings her home with him. Pushpatai is shocked to see him and wonders whom he has brought. The woman says her name is Damri. Her husband had died, and her in-laws had thrown her out of the house, and now Damri's family was also not accepting her into the house. But Pushpatai felt something was wrong with Damri. She tells Aten that we don't know anything about her and you brought her home. Aten says that it was not safe to leave him in this condition at night, so he brought him here. Pushpatai says then you should have taken him to the police. Aten says, "I will see all that tomorrow. Right now, I am getting late for puja. Now give Damri the stuck room." On Aten's request, she gives the room to Damri, but clearly tells her on the phone that even though you have won Aten's trust, but my eyes will be on you, and don't even think of stealing. I will immediately catch you and hand you over to the police, and tomorrow you will also show me your ID proof. Then, as soon as Pushpatai leaves, Damri's attitude changes and she sits on the chair as if she is the mistress of the house. But then Pushpatai comes back and sees this, at which Damri again starts acting as if she was straight. Well, after Seeing him eating, Pushpatai quietly goes away saying that I will take care of him tomorrow. Then suddenly at night, the lights of the whole area go off. Then Pushpatai gets up and goes to light the candle, and suddenly a scary-looking witch appears in front of her and extinguishes the candle, and the next day Pushpatai disappears. Bobby, an uncle, called the police because Aten was unconscious. The police said that we have not found any evidence of kidnapping. It is possible that she might have gone somewhere on her own. Therefore, let us wait for 2-3 days. If she does not return, then we will search for her. While leaving, the officer tells Uncle to keep an eye on Dambri, and that he didn't ask her any questions, because she just kept crying. Well, a lot of wrong has happened to the poor girl, but I feel something is wrong. Please take care. Then, at night, Dambri comes to Aten to ask him about food and said that he hasn't eaten anything since morning. Go and eat something. But Aten says that he doesn't feel like eating. You should eat and go to sleep. On which Dambri talks in Pushpatai's voice and asks him to eat food, due to which Aten gets shocked. But he does not say anything and sits quietly at the dining table. Dambri then serves him food. But as soon as he brings the morsel near his mouth, Dambri interrupts him, asking whether he will eat food today without worshipping the mother goddess and offering it to her. On which Aten realizes his mistake. He regrets a lot that, how did I forget, and he starts slapping himself saying what a big ass I am and starts crying. Dambri says go take a bath. Till then I will prepare the offering for mother. Just what then? Aten immediately gets up and goes to take a bath, and Dambri prepares the bhog, and in the bhog she prepares non-veg along with veg, and after offering the same to the goddess, both of them worship together. After this, Dambri gives food to Aten, but Aten smelled a rotten smell from the vegetables. He cannot eat food. He tells Dambri that he doesn't feel like it and goes to sleep. Then at night he hears strange noises coming from the puja room. When Aten goes to the room, he sees that someone had eaten the food. That means the goddess had accepted the offering. Seeing this, one becomes crazy with extreme happiness. He immediately tells Dambri that, see, finally the mother has accepted my offering. Dambri looked happy too. Both of them bow down before the goddess. But then Dambri's expressions turn evil, and she was smiling evilly after seeing Aten like this, from which it is clear that she has come here for some special purpose, and she knows who the goddess is, and how she is worshipped, and what offerings are made to her. Well, the next day Aten looked quite happy. There was a different glow in his eyes. He happily gets ready for office and sits at the dining table, while Dambri lovingly serves him rotten, smelly food. He stops after bringing the morsel to his mouth. Dambri asks what happened. Then Aten doesn't say anything and reluctantly eats the rotten food. Maybe he was a little too happy today, and then this becomes his daily routine. Every day he would eat rotten and smelly food from Dewari. Even if he had to eat by stuffing his fingers, he would still eat. And in the evening he would offer the food prepared by him to the goddess and worship her. And now he had even started going to the crematorium at night. Then one day the officer comes to Aten's house and tells him to inquire about Pushpaji everywhere. He also talked to his village but could not find any trace of him. And now he suggests Aten to put an ad in the newspaper, post on social media. Maybe I may get some lead. But Aten gives a very strange reply to this, that now nothing will happen with our efforts. All this is mother's wish. The officer says, that means I did not understand. So what should we do? Close the case. Ayin says whatever you feel is right. Then what could the officer do? He closes the case. Then one day at night, Posh Uncle comes to Aten's house. The sounds of chants and bells could be heard throughout the house. And then what do we see now? That Aten was praying in a dangerous manner. They get scared seeing his actions. They say, Aten, what happened to you? Both Aten's personality and voice seem to have changed, and his behavior had also become quite aggressive. He holds Uncle's collar and says, see, Mother has accepted my offering. This is proof that Mother loves me. Now call that priest and show all this to him also. Uncle asks, but when did all this happen?
Aten tells that it has been 2 weeks since Mata accepted my first bhog, and all this has happened because of Damri. There is something special about his cooking. Ever since she came, everything has been fine. My puja is being successful, and
Then Uncle Bush sees Damri. His eyes suddenly become demonic. Uncle gets scared after seeing her and thinks, oh my god, this is a witch. Looks like this has done something to Aten. He now starts worrying a lot about Aten. He starts wondering what the whole matter is. I will find out. Then he remembers Subhash, from where he had brought this idol. Uncle goes to Subhash's shop and talks to him. They tell him that ever since Ati took the idol from your place, he has been behaving very strangely. He has gone absolutely insane. Subhash also tells that last week when I called him saying, come on brother, let's go somewhere. So, he was saying strange things that he doesn't like crowded places. Now he likes going to the cremation ground only. Uncle asks, okay, tell me, for how many days was the idol kept in your shop? Did you notice anything weird? Then Subhash remembers that just 2 days after the idol had arrived at the shop, his servant, Ratan, had left the job and run away. He wanted to tell something about this statue, but due to fear, he was not able to tell anything. If I had known then that the idol was so dangerous, I would never have given it to Aten. Then Uncle tells him that it is very important to find out the secret of this statue. Can you please tell me who gave you this idol? Then the next day, Ati is having lunch alone in the office because his colleagues have stopped talking to him after seeing his strange behavior. He used to stay away from him, even enemas, and the biggest reason for this was his stinky food. As soon as his tiffin is opened, everyone gets disturbed by its terrible smell. Everybody asks what happened to him. How can he eat smelly street food? Now everybody had stopped him from eating it, so he could not eat it even by eating it, and he vomited. Seeing his condition, now even the boss tells him that his condition doesn't seem right to me. You go and see the doctor first, and he will send you on a week's leave. Then from there, Atan goes to the cremation ground. Seeing a poor person eating food there, he also feels hungry. Then he buys food from the nearby dhaba and starts eating. Then an old man sitting there tells him that, I am very hungry. I can get half a loaf of bread. On which Aten breaks the bread into 2 pieces and gives the bigger part to the old man. He also appreciates Aten for buying a smaller hub and giving me a bigger one. Aten says, I don't think much. Anyway, he is bringing more bread. Then, the old man tells his name as Krishnananda and starts talking to Aten, and in the course of conversation, Krishnananda tells that he writes books, etc., related to worship and prayers. Aten's ears perk up as he hears this. So he says that then you must also know Tantra mantra, to which Krishnananda smiles and nods his head in affirmative, and coming close, tells him that whoever feeds the hungry, Mother Ada Shakti protects him. Mother will protect you too. Remember one thing, there is a power greater than Tantra, and that power is love. Love is the most powerful form of Tantra. And then he gives her a gem and tells her to wear it around her neck. Then no negative energy will be able to harm you. Just keep one thing in mind, do not take it off from your throat. When the work of this gem will be finished, it will come back to me on its own. On the other hand, Subhash takes Uncle to the priest who had given him the idol, where he tells him all his problems and asks about Devi. Then the priest reveals that the goddess is not an ordinary goddess. She is the 9th Mahavidya out of the 10 Mahavidyas. This is her name, Goddess Matangi. Goddess Matangi is the tantric form of Goddess Saraswati. And you can also say that there is a darker version. So he had a veena in one hand and a skull in the other. After this, the priest tells them that today is Kali Amavasya. That means today is Aten's last day. Here, due to the influence of the gem, Aten's brain had started working. When he comes home, he feels strange seeing the condition of the house. It is completely dirty. There was dust all over. Bed sheets, etc. had also not been washed for who knows how many days. Even his clothes were stinking. Now all this had been going on for a long time, but he had regained consciousness now. He goes to talk to Dambri about what this is all about. Why is everything dirty? But Dambri wouldn't come out of the room. She says, my health is not well. I will talk to you tomorrow. Then Aten leaves from there. Dambri could tell that her magic was now off of Aten. He has regained consciousness. Here, Aten calls the police station and asks about Pushpa Tai, whether they found out anything about her, to which he gets the reply that we close the case on your instructions. Now he was a little unconscious at that time. He had regained consciousness. Now he calls his friend and asks him to publish Pushpa Tai's missing ad in the newspaper. And during this time, some entity was also listening to their conversation. Then at night, while sleeping, Aten feels as if two spirits are standing and watching him. But when he looks back, she has disappeared. The next morning, Aten sees that everything is still dirty. He immediately goes to talk to Dambri. But she was not in her room. Then he goes to see her on the terrace, where many tantric symbols were made on the floor. Dead bodies of many animals and birds were lying there, like rats, cats, crows, and pigeons. That means they were sacrificed by doing some ritual, etc. here. Then he goes downstairs, and Dambri was standing in front of him. As soon as he sees him, Aten starts telling him what all mess he has created up there. Dambri gets really angry at this. She had long nails and looked very scary, but even if she wanted, she could not harm Aten because she had the gem around her neck. So she calmly says that I will clean everything. You don't worry. After this, she tells Aten that there is a bad news. This morning when I went to the puja room, the offering was kept as it was. Mother did not take the offering last night. I don't know where I fell short in my cooking. But today is Kali Amavasya. Today, Mother will not refuse any offering. So today, I will prepare Mahabhog for Mother, and tells Aten to return home a little late today so that Dewari can prepare Mahabhog comfortably. On the other hand, the priest tells them the entire history of the idol. This story is about the time when the Tibetan emperor Jamyak Dorje was spreading his influence everywhere. But King Tanjin of Singhatsa had rebelled against the emperor and was being heavily outnumbered in the fighting. The emperor was failing in every way to defeat him. Only then did he discover Tanzin's weakness, that he loved his daughter very much. His daughter saves his life. So if his daughter is killed, Tanzin will become so dependent that it might be easy to defeat him. According to this plan, the emperor sent one of his spies there disguised as a maid, who was mixing slow poison in Tanjin's daughter's food and giving it to her. But this plan of the emperor also failed because a doctor known to Tanjin saved his daughter in time and cured her. When the emperor's diplomacy did not work, he directly started preparing for war. But the emperor did not know who he was messing with. Actually, that Vaidya was a great priest of Matangi Devi, and he also knew black magic. He performed such black magic on the emperor's entire family that the emperor and his entire family died vomiting blood. The name of that tantric was Sahasraksha, and he belonged to the Chakravarti family. At the age of 30, he went to Tibet. He learnt all this from the Vajrayan tantrikas there. With the help of these knowledge, he cured Tanjin's daughter and also helped in defeating the emperor. That too without fighting a war. But for this he had requested King Tanzin to make a statue by the best sculptor of the kingdom, and thus this statue of goddess Matangi was made by a Tibetan sculptor under his supervision. Now since the idol was made by a Tibetan man, he made the features in the same way, and that is why people mistakenly consider it to be a Tibetan god. And by using this idol, that dangerous tantra was done on Emperor Dorje. But after this, Sahasra Rakshak realized that this idol is very dangerous. If it falls into the hands of any evil tantric, then it will cause havoc. So he hid the idol and brought it to India with his friends and reinstalled the idol. And since then, for the last 600 years, Chakravarti family has been blessed by Matangi Devi. The priest knows all this because for the last 600 years, such priests have worked in his porka and in all the Chakravarti families. Sahasra Raksha had given clear instructions to the family members that if he ever leaves this house, he should not leave the empty idol in the house. Keeping an idol in an empty house can bring disaster. That's why I gave the idol to Subhash. On the other hand, Aten goes to the office. At first, his boss says that I had given you a week's leave. Why did you come so early? But then after seeing Aten absolutely fine, he lets him go. Other colleagues also wish him well after seeing him fine, and he even compliments Anima, saying, "My friend, you are looking very beautiful." His colleagues get surprised to see such a change and say, "Brother, you look absolutely fine now." what happened to you? On this, Ati replies that I don't know. Maybe I was stressed or something, and then gets back to his work. He felt that the danger had been averted. Everything has gone well, but he had no idea that today could be the last day of his life. Well, he returned home from office in the evening and found his uncle outside. He says, "Son, are you okay?" Aten says, "Uncle, I am fine," and also says sorry for his previous behavior. He says that I don't know what happened to me. I was not conscious. Uncle says that now is not the time for all this. There's a huge danger looming over you right now. Aten asks what kind of danger. Then Uncle reveals a very shocking thing about Damri, that Damri is actually a witch, and tells her everything that the priest had told her about Ati having worshipped goddess Matangji wrongly. That too continuously, every time, due to which the goddess becomes angry, and the wrath of the goddess is very terrible. First of all, the person will lose his power to think and understand. His will to live will also fade away. His relative will distance himself from his friends and become totally lonely, and then finally the goddess will send one of her witches who will take the form of a human being. He will get her on the first new moon day. First of all, she will destroy his family. Then by feeding the demoness, she will slowly destroy Aten's intelligence, his wealth, and his honor. It will take her an entire cycle to do all this, and just on the next new moon day, she will sacrifice Aten to the goddess. That means today Aten says that if this is the case, then I will not enter the house today, and tomorrow morning we will come and take the idol and immerse it. Uncle says that nothing will happen with this. This witch will not leave you alone so easily now. We have to face him and defeat him. Just what then? Together, they go to confront the witch Damri, who was preparing the Mahabhog. He had a severed hand in his hand and a large familiar ring on his finger. Due to which Aten starts to understand that this is the handiwork of Pushpatai. That meant Damri had made him disappear, and now she was killing him and making a meal of him. Not only that, she also had to sacrifice Ataman to the goddess, and now she moves straight towards Ataman. When Uncle comes to save her, she attacks him too, and throws him away, and then grabs Aten by the throat. Ati had kept the gem inside her sweater, so Damri can't see it, but then the gem starts growing, due to whose impact Damri leaves Aten and moves back. But then she uses her tantric powers and starts chanting mantras, due to which Ati again loses control over his mind. He hears voices telling him to take down the money. Ghosts surround him from all sides, and then he takes off the money. Immediately afterward, Damri floats up to him and attacks him. Meanwhile, Ati sees his uncle and also starts remembering Pushpatai. He realizes how much he loves all of them, and that Krishnananda had said that there is no greater tantra than love. Just what then? Aten suddenly makes a comeback and picks up the money and hits it on Damri's forehead, killing Damri. Then immediately he goes to check on Uncle. Those who were breathing had simply become unconscious. Then the next day, Aten immerses the idol. Just then, he gets a message from Anima. She was asking him out on a date. So finally, everything was fine in Aten's life. After 2 days, Uncle also regains consciousness. He regains consciousness and asks about the statue. Aten tells him not to worry. The idol was immersed. Avati had gotten rid of that troublesome idol. But now she had drifted away to some other place, where we see 2 boys. The goddess appears before one of them and asks for offerings. And with this, the series ends here. And now here I am going to tell you some things about goddess Matangji. That she is the only Hindu goddess who has offered false offerings. She is worshipped in a very different way. She is the goddess of Tantra. If A had performed the puja properly, then he would have got a positive result. But by performing the wrong puja, we attracted more negative energy. That's why ghosts were hovering around him. In this story, the statue is also shown to be of kind of car type. It was also used in a very dangerous system, and perhaps that is why all this was happening. So friends, this was the explanation of Bhog series. Hope you liked the video. Then I will meet you in the next video. Till then, take care and keep watching.